phone call, then we're going to go to Kenny Rhoda. Keith in Brunswick. Hi, Keith. Thanks for hanging on the line.
Yeah, no problem. I like what Tim Couch just said. I mean, this guy is doing things. Yeah, he doesn't look so pretty every week, but he keeps improving. He keeps improving. The team keeps improving. It's just amazing how fans here want to belittle a team that's doing what they should be doing.
All right, Keith, let me leave you with this thought here as we move forward in the show. You got to remember, though, that the people who are screaming and yelling, I still think are the minority. The people that, I mean, look, Brian had a bad game yesterday. There's no doubt about it. He had 3 interceptions. Yep. There are a lot of things he could have done differently in yesterday's game, yet they're still winning. And I think the majority of Browns fans are content and happy with the fact that we're actually seeing a competitive team on the field that can figure out a way to get wins. I mean, they could do better. We all know it. We all know that they could look better offensively. But I wish them for a lot of other things. I'm not going to get all those things. But I do know this team is in a better position than they were exactly 1 year ago. And I also know that there are voices in this town, voices that you'll talk to, that just don't believe in Brian Hoyer, and you're not going to change their mind. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I mean, every town has, your little naysayers and this kind of thing. I'm not an original Cleveland person. I was brought here by a job 20-odd years ago. But you're right. It's the town's attitude about, oh, my God. I mean, yesterday's game, the people that were at my house watching the game were like, here we go. It's gone.
All right.
And we win, and it's like, how did that happen?
It's
so it's a mindset. You're right. It's a fan's mindset that almost has to be changed as much as the team does.
Well, I think part of it's I think it's the city's mindset too.
And it's like that in every sport.
Keith, thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great day, man.
It's like that in every sport right now in Northeast Ohio. We expect the other shoe to fall, the drop, every single time. I tweeted when Atlanta kicked the field goal 44 seconds ago, I go, plenty of time to win. And if I went through my mentions of how many people told me to go to hell, told me I was crazy, not with Brian Hoyer, I mean, I probably had 40 people instantly tell me, are you out of your mind? And I go, there's 44 seconds left. You got 3 timeouts. Most NFL teams think they have, and you're down, 2 or 1. That's a doable situation.
As long as you don't leave yourself a 60-yard field goal, everything's okay.
Oh, what the hell were they doing before the half? They should have lost because of that decision.
Let's go to Kenny Rhoda, who's standing by in the KennyRhoda.com studios. Hello, Kenny. How are you?
Nice and bright.
Hey, good morning, guys. Another Victory Monday. A tip of the cap to everybody.
Yes. So, all right. What were you thinking going into that fourth quarter yesterday? Obviously, Brian struggled. No one is going away from that, Kenny, but obviously he made plays when they needed him to.
Bottom line is pass-fail league. Mike Pettin's been saying it from week 1, and Brian Hoyer was able to put behind him the 3 interceptions, and 2 of them were horrible throws. There's no denying that. He was not having a good game, but he was able to put that behind him, and when it mattered most for the 5th time in 14 starts, as the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, he went out and he led this team down the field and gave them a chance to win the game. And Billy Cundiff comes through with the game-winning field goal with a lot of help. Thank you, Mike. That's a fireable offense for Mike Smith and the Atlanta Falcons, the way they handled the clock first half, especially late in the game. And it's the 2nd time that it's happened this year. And I have a friend who works for the Atlanta Falcons, and I hope he doesn't lose his job along with Mike Smith losing his job at the end of the year, because that was just horrible. The decision-making by the Atlanta Falcons yesterday, that's what the Browns used to do. So if you're a Browns fan, the good news is you're no longer that team. Somebody else is that team now, and the Browns were able to come through. Brian Hoyer made the plays, and they win the football game, and that's all that really matters.
All right, let me flash forward you to this afternoon. You're on the radio. You're on your plug your radio show real quick.
WHBC, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, 1480 a.m. in Canton, and WHBC.com. Thanks.
All right, this is Tom from Canal Fulton. Kenny, I got to tell you, Johnny Manziel should be in the game. I don't understand why Brian Hoyer is playing quarterback. I know you agree with me. I'll hang up and listen.
Thanks for the call. Always appreciate it, but I couldn't disagree with you more. Johnny Manziel has never played in a situation like Brian Hoyer is playing in right now on a football team that has a chance to make the playoffs, win the division. He doesn't have the experience that Hoyer has. He only has a few snaps in the NFL, and you can't go to a rookie quarterback in this situation. If the Browns were 4-7 instead of 7-4, you'd have an argument. But the fact that they're 7-4, half game out of first place, there's no reason why Johnny Manziel should be in the football game. Any changes made at the quarterback position unless there's an injury. Bottom line, enjoy the team. They're 7-4. We'll see what happens next year with Manziel.
I bought a Johnny Manziel jersey, though. I think he should play, Kenny.
Well, that's great. That number 2 jersey, you can wear it in the offseason in hopes if Hoyer doesn't sign that that'll be your starting quarterback next year. But right now, that number 2 jersey, maybe you should wear it in honor of Tim Couch as opposed to Johnny Manziel, because Tim Couch did a lot more than Johnny Manziel has done this year.
All seriousness, what were your thoughts with Josh Gordon's return? We heard throughout the week that they were going to put him on a pitch count. We all knew that was a lie.
Oh, come on. You knew that wasn't happening.
Yeah, we all knew that.
They may have, but Brian wasn't going to.
From Mike Pettin. This is a huge target, an unbelievable athlete, 16 targets, 8 receptions. He played 51 of the 74 snaps. It was a bunch of BS from Mike Pettin, and I thought he looked pretty good. I would like to have seen him challenge that one interception in the end zone more, but I thought Josh Gordon, A, was a factor catching the ball, and B, was a factor in the run game because it was spreading the field, and it allowed the running back some room to run.
All right, Kenny, we'll talk to you in a half hour. I do want to talk Ohio State football with you, too, when we come up a little bit later. That team up north, they play them? I don't know if you remember that.
No.
Yes, right now it's 7:25, and Michigan still sucks.
Thank you. We'll talk to you in about a half hour. Thanks, Kenny.
You got it.
I got to do a tubby dance to that.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. I want to talk to Deke Young, who was hanging out right there in enemy territory yesterday. Deke is with the Swanee, Georgia Browns Backers Club. Hey, Deke, what's going on?
Hey, thanks for having me on.
We're excited to have you on.
My prized possession is a signed Tim Couch jersey that I can't wear in Atlanta anymore because Atlanta fans think that it's a Johnny Manziel jersey.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Tell them it's a throwback.
Yeah.
I went to the game yesterday, easily 10,000 fans. We're wearing jerseys of everybody. I saw a Hickerson jersey there. If you're a Browns fan, you know the tradition, you know the players. The Atlanta guys are all just newbie guys riding the bus when the team is good. There were a lot of empty seats on the Atlanta side.
Really?
And I'm a Hoyer guy. You know, Manziel can wait. We got to keep Brian. He's a Cleveland guy. I'm very happy with the team right now.
Hey, Eric, is Deke going on the clock? Yep. All right. Hey, we'll talk to you in a second. Deke, you've got 60 seconds. We're going to put you on our very expensive, high-tech, Swiss-made internet clock that no one else in the world has. We're going to give you 60 seconds, and we just want you to rant about the game. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
It was an awesome game, huge tailgate. Cleveland fans travel well. See orange on the visiting side. Very exciting game. Took my grandson to his very first football game ever. It was a thrill ride. I'm hoarse because I was yelling and screaming all day long. It was just a fabulous time at the Dome. Proud to be a Browns fan. Looking forward to it. Doing a lot in the future. Very happy to be here. Thanks, guys.
30 seconds. Keep going. Anything else about the game? What do you think about Brian Hoyer?
Any shout-outs?
I think Brian Hoyer, we got to stay with Brian Hoyer. You know, he plays to win. He made some bad throws. You know, he's really good on the in throws. He floats the outsiders. You know, I'd like to see Pettin stay there. But I tell you one thing I know, Hawkins is a beast. I saw him drive guys, carry guys out of bounds when he needed to stop the clock. It was awesome. He's the best pickup we've had all year.
Yeah.
Deke, nice job. Out of time. Oh, that precision clock timing there is outstanding. Listen, how do people get involved in the Swanee, Georgia Browns Backers Group? Where do you guys meet? And tell me a little bit more about it.
You go to the Cleveland Browns website. We meet at the Wild Wing Cafe in Swanee, Georgia. We had a standing room only for Houston. I'm expecting a big crowd for Buffalo.
All right, Deke, thank you very much. Always welcome to call the show. You wake up on Monday morning, please give us a buzz, and we'll be happy to talk to you about the game.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks,
problem,
Deke. Good job.
I always say the Georgia Dome. So it's like going to a club and at 1 o'clock a football game starts. Seriously, have you ever been like that place? The atmosphere is not like any other place for a football game. It's music and people are like good food. And then at 1 o'clock they're like, oh yeah, there's a football game. It's just a different town.
Speaking of Browns backers, let's talk to Howie Smith, who's one of our favorite Browns backers to talk to each and every week. He's hanging out on Skype. Right
Thanks a
there
lot,
in the
Andy.
bowels of Steeler country. Howie, what did you
Correct.
think of the game yesterday?
If I tell you what, if it would have ended any different than it did, I would have probably made Tubby Dog sound like a minister this morning.
So frustrated with what happened early on, but got to be happy with how they finished, correct?
Yeah, I mean, a win's a win. They always say that, and it's true. But it's going to give me a heart attack pretty soon.
Is this a playoff team, Howie? Are they going to make the playoffs?
I doubt it. There's too much congestion in our division. We got a tough finishing schedule.
Yeah.
If we can finish strong, it could happen. But I'm always hopeful, but I'm not terribly confident of that right now.
You know, when you say that the end of the schedule is tough, who's the teams that you're worried about the most? When you look at it, well, you have Cincinnati, you have Baltimore, Indianapolis. I think Indy playing here, if the weather's right, look, I know Indy's better, don't get me wrong. But I think with the injuries they have, and if it's cold out, I think you can compete. You can stay close with Indianapolis. I'll say that.
I think we can take Cincinnati, and I think we have a shot with Indy, but I'm terribly worried about Baltimore in their house. That's an awful place to play. I've been to games there at least a half a dozen times, and it is loud. It's a bad place to play.
No, you're right. They've got a college-like atmosphere in Baltimore.
And it's the last game of the
It's
season.
the last game of the season. Baltimore is tough. I won't disagree with that.
Baltimore gets knocked off this week, that's something. If they get beat tonight, we'll see what happens.
True.
What'd you think about Josh Gordon coming back?
It was so nice to see him, and it looks like his attitude is solid. Like he wants to be there. He's happy to be there. Just hope he doesn't go brain dead, in the offseason.
It's $1 million question. Nobody knows what will happen in the offseason.
Well, we'll see what happens, but it's nice to have him back, and I'll take it. You look at his career number. I mean, look at his numbers. Through his first 31 36 games, something like that?
He's got the second most yards of all time behind only
yeah.
Randy Moss. That tells you all you need to know about how talented he is.
Just keep your head straight. I hope he's talked about being appreciative of what he has right now. I hope that's really true. I really do. And time will tell, and hopefully he'll be able to live up to the words that he's given us to. Howie, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Oh, I thought I was getting my 1 minute rant.
You can have a
give it
minute
to
rant.
him.
Hang on.
Always.
We'll give you the clock.
We got a great clock, though. It takes us a second.
Hey, we
know,
got to fire
it's
this thing
Swiss
back up.
Got to get the Swedish Army together.
All right, Eric, the referee, you ready for this? All right, let's put the clock back up on the screen if we can. This is like The Price is Right. Without the hot women?
Yeah. Eric, walk
Here
by.
we go, Howie.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, rant.
Okay, about yesterday's game, how in the hell do you abandon the run twice inside the 10-yard line against one of the worst red zone run defenses in the NFL? And then who turned off the clock in the stadium? We pissed away 20 seconds at the end of the first half. Thank God Mike Smith is even more stupid and shut it down with 55 seconds to go and gave us a chance to win. Also, nice to see Gilbert on the field yesterday. We spent a high pick on him. He's supposed to be a great return guy. We need to put him in for returns. Right now, we're running our return game like an understaffed secretarial pool. I need something typed. Give me 15. Give me 11. I need something short typed with no mistakes. Give me 30. Let's just get Gilbert out and give him the ball. Finally, it was so nice to be out on a Steeler bye week at our viewing location. And, I don't know where they all were. My guess is the great majority of them were probably meeting with their POs because it was a weekend off and they could get them in before the holidays because they have those visits they've got to do all the time. So, other than that, a win's a win. Happy to be there. Great to see it.
Happy Thanksgiving, Howie.
Great job. Thank you.
Have a great day, guys. Andre, Andy, thanks. Eric, thank you, Ref.
Take care, buddy.
We'll see you, Howie. Great job.
Have a great holiday.
And we'll look forward to talking to you next Monday, too. Please call in, especially now that you have your little Brown
setup is
studio
nice,
behind
Yeah,
you. You're doing very
I
nice.
decorated the interrogation room. I thought you'd like that.
Looks good. Looks good.
Thanks, Howie. We'll talk to you later. Great job.
Take care.
All right.